All right, guys and girls. I'm doing a Sean's final word segment on the Earth Sister interview that I conducted last night on, I believe it was March 23rd. Yep, today is 24th. Um, First and foremost, I want to thank Nancy for coming on my show. It was way back in 2007, I believe, when I first met Nancy, and I actually got to interview her while I was on FM radio, actually. Um, she's always a great guest. She could go a lot deeper than what we did, actually. Um, Pretty much what you heard was the first interview that I've ever conducted with her. I mean, I interviewed her yesterday on the 23rd, but the very first time I interviewed her back in 2007, that was what you guys and girls just watched in the interview or heard in the interview was what I spoke with her about back in 2007. But I figured since I got the Midnight Highway radio back up and running here, that it would be appropriate to start from the beginning. I've lost a lot of my shows that I've conducted back in the day. But, anyways, this is about Earth Sister, and I'm a Christian, so obviously hers and I opinions are going to be completely different. I do believe in aliens to be demonic in nature. She believes otherwise. Nancy's a great person. I'm not saying I'm wrong. I'm not saying she's wrong. I'm not saying she's right. And I'm not saying I'm right. I'm saying we have two completely different views on the subject matter. Um, and a lot of you might ask, well, Sean, why don't you call her out or anything like that, or call anybody out for that matter in the interview if you have different beliefs? Because you know what? Maybe back in the day when I was pounding beer, I might have done that. But, I haven't drank in 2 years now. And it's not appropriate, number one. Number two, she's coming on my show and sharing her story. Um, no matter what my beliefs are, she has a story to share, and she believes her story to be valid. And I'm not saying that she's making anything up. I mean, she could be 100% correct. I can't judge her, and none of you can judge her either. You can only listen and interpret your own view. You can only come up with your own opinion. Nancy's a wonderful person. She's not anything of the work of the devil or anything like that. Now, as a Christian, her beliefs go against Christian. I guess you could call it anti-Christian, but she's not a bad person. I'm just in a very tough spot to really shed light on views as far as that goes. But that's pretty much what I have to say about it. Is I believe that the aliens are a deception. She believes otherwise. Whether I'm right or I'm wrong, or she's right or she's wrong, the jury's still out. Only God knows that. You know what I mean? Only God could decide that. I'm, back in 2007, she gave me a free copy of her book, and I'll tell you what, reading that book was extremely fascinating. I mean, what we talked about last night on the show, it don't even scratch the surface of what this lady can tell you and share with you. And I mean, I guess you can only, you know, I got my dog tugging at my wire here. I guess you can only listen to the show with an open mind and come up with your own point of view. But what I'm trying to say is, I guess you can only read the book and try to imagine that what she is saying is true. I mean, wow, that's all I can say. If it is true, which I believe she believes that it is, and I, you know what, I believe she's having events as well. Um, it's definitely amazing stuff. You're going to see a lot of different views and opinions on this show. Like, for example, I had a guest on prior to this one, and they believe in Ashtar. And then I bring Ashtar up to Nancy, and she don't believe in Ashtar. So it's, you know what I mean? It's diversity, guys. That's what this world's up. This our world is of. It's all diverse. It's diversity. That's what runs this world. If there was no diversity, then it would be bland and boring, right? You got to think about that. I do want to say that I think the audio came out good. unlike the other show, which, like I said, I didn't change anything on my audio when I interviewed Nancy. I don't know if it was my previous guest's phone line, or as a lot of you are emailing me and Facebooking me saying Ashtar actually interrupted the program. Whether that to be true or not, I have no idea. All I know is when Ashtar's name came up, she her voice kind of went gone. It was gone completely. But anyways, I'm straying topic here. I got her tomorrow night. Crystal Sarita, David Sarita's wife, she'll be on here tomorrow. But I really believe you guys should visit www.theprojectatearth.com and check out that book. It's an amazing book. It's definitely entertaining. She's got some pretty cool pictures in there of what these beings look like, which I always find that interesting. Like I said about in the last show, how ignorant it would be of us if there were aliens from other worlds, extraterrestrials from other worlds that are visiting our planet, and we are already stereotyping them as being demonic in nature. How they must feel about that if they are not, and if we were to go to another world and an alien race would interpret us or portray us to be demonic in nature, when obviously you and I and she and he and whatever, we all know we're not demons. So, but their religious views pretty much carve into stone that, we are demonic, when really we're not. So it's really tough, guys. I mean, it's really tough. And it really comes down to personal opinion, personal views. Research don't mean anything to me. It really doesn't. It really does come down to faith. It really does. I believe that to a T, that it comes down to what you believe in your heart. And I think, you got to side with Nancy on that. Only you can decide for yourself. Don't go read a book or anything like that. And I'm not contradicting myself by saying, hey, don't go read a book, but read hers. I'm saying read hers for entertainment. It's definitely entertaining, and if it is true, it's wild, to say the least. I'm saying, as far as research goes, to dictate what you believe and what you don't believe, only you can do that yourself. And that's where I definitely agree with Nancy. She is a wonderful person, a great individual, and I hope that I could get her back on with her husband Jack, who I've had the luxury of speaking to way back when as well. And he's got some really, really good views on the subject matter too. He's got a lot of stories. She's got a lot of stories. But that's it, guys, pretty much. My final word is, my beliefs are not with hers. Hers are not with mine. Who's right? Who's wrong? I mean, I'm not to decide that. So I hope you guys enjoyed the interview, and I hope you tune in to the interview with Crystal Sarita coming up. God bless, and remember, www.theprojectatearth.com, guys. Peace.